Welcome back to the Lumenstone Valley War. In today's episode, we journey back in time to the early days of the Valley's factions. We'll uncover the origins of the treaty that shaped their destinies and the devastating war that almost tore them apart. Long before the current leaders took power, the Valley was a place of fragile peace. But as each faction sought control over the Lumenstone Woods and its magic, tensions escalated, eventually leading to the Valley's first major conflict. In the early days, the Valley was a place of harmony. Each faction thrived in its own way, living by an unspoken agreement to respect each other's lands. The wizards guarded the arcane arts, the elves nurtured the forests, the fairies brought life to the plains, and the unicorns protected the Lumenstone Woods. But as the Valley's magic grew stronger, so did the ambitions of each faction. The allure of the Lumenstone Woods and its power became impossible to ignore, especially with the discovery of the meteorite at its heart. As each faction sought to expand its influence, conflicts began to surface. Disputes over borders, resources, and access to the Lumenstone Woods became frequent. Each faction wanted a stake in the woods, believing that control of the meteorite would grant them power over the valley. With tensions high, alliances began to form. The wizards and unicorns, united by their desire for careful control and protection, joined forces. Meanwhile, the elves, driven by their need to hunt and feed their people, sought to exploit the resources of the Lumenstone Woods, breaking the existing treaty and standing opposed to those who aimed to preserve the valley's balance. Eventually, small skirmishes turned into all-out battles. The Lumenstone Woods, once a sacred sanctuary, became the center of conflict. Each faction believed that if they controlled the woods, they could protect, or dominate, the valley. In the first major battle, spells and swords clashed within the sacred woods. The air was thick with magic, and the ground itself trembled under the weight of the conflict. This was not just a fight for territory. It was a struggle for survival and dominance. After the initial battle, the factions stood in silence, observing the devastation they had wrought upon the Lumenstone Woods. The sacred ground that they had fought so hard to protect was now scarred, and with it, the valley's magic was weakened. Realizing the consequences of their actions, the leaders came to a painful understanding. If they continued down this path, they would destroy not only the Lumenstone Woods, but also the valley itself. In a rare moment of unity, the leaders of the valley's factions came together at the stone table to negotiate a peace treaty. They knew that without cooperation, the valley would not survive another war. The negotiations were tense and filled with distrust. Each faction demanded guarantees that their lands and interests would be protected. The wizards agreed to limit their magical reach. The elves promised to respect the wood's borders. The fairies committed to healing the land, and the unicorns took an oath to guard the meteorite. The Treaty of the Valley was born, a pact to maintain balance and protect the Lumenstone Woods. Key terms included strict borders, limitations on magic use within the woods, and a council meeting every decade to review the treaty and address new threats. Each faction also vowed to uphold the meteorite's sanctity, ensuring that its power would not be exploited. The treaty was both a promise and a warning, a reminder of the destruction that awaited them should they break their unity. For years, the treaty maintained peace. But as new leaders emerged, so did new ambitions and old grudges. Today, the valley stands at a crossroads, with each faction questioning how long the treaty can truly last. The Treaty of the Valley may have ended the First War, but it could not erase the memories of conflict. As we look to the future, the question remains, will the valley's leaders uphold their ancestors' promise, or will they repeat the mistakes of the past? In our next episode, we dive into the rise of Holly and her hidden ambitions. Join us as we uncover her influence on the valley's balance and the secrets she keeps hidden from even her closest allies. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to continue uncovering the secrets of the Lumenstone Valley War. The journey is far from over.